So the PlayStation 5 review embargo lifted today, and on top of that, we've got a couple of other updates. Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales reviews are going live right now, and it's getting pretty positive reviews. For a game that's considered more of a standalone expansion, I have to say, the reviews are looking quite good. The PlayStation 5 hardware reviews are looking pretty good as well, and we've got some details, some other specifics regarding the PlayStation 5. One unfortunate bit of news, and one other update to the PS5 that I am a big fan of. If you like tracking how many hours of a game you played, get happy, because PlayStation 5 displays your playtime in next-gen and PS4 games, so we can actually see how much of a no-life we are. Just kidding, we'll talk that at the end of this video. But first of all, Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales reviews are going live right now. Currently on Metacritic, there are 54 reviews posted and 85 on Metacritic. That is a very positive score. Some really, really good reviews are going live. PlayStation Lifestyle gave it a perfect score, saying Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales is the perfect showcase of the PS5, espousing multiple enhancements to its last-gen predecessor while also feeling familiar even apart from its standing as a flagship PS5 launch title. Miles Morales is Insomniac perfecting the formula from the original game and offering an experience that is more concise, focused, and full of heart than the first. I thought the first game was excellent. So if they're saying that Miles Morales is even better, a more refined version of Marvel Spider-Man, hey, that gets me pretty excited. God is a Geek gave it a 9.5. Miles Morales manages to improve on the fantastic game that came before it. Insomniac games continue to be on fire with perhaps their best game ever. Wow, that is a very, very positive statement there. Gaming Nexus gave it a 9 out of 10, noting Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales shines on the PlayStation 5 with great graphics, solid gameplay, and excellent use of the new DualSense controller. So cool to see that this game is going to accentuate the positives of the DualSense controller. WCCF Tech gave it an 8.5, saying Miles Morales is far more charismatic hero than Peter and Parker in Marvel Spider-Man, and there's no better way to tell his story with his own game as a PlayStation 5 launch title. While shorter and more compact than Peter Parker's adventure, this quick trip to Harlem should be on any superhero fan's wish list. So a lot of positive reviews coming in, a couple of not so positive reviews, but still generally speaking, the lowest review is a 3 out of 5, so by any means that's not even a bad score, and the majority of the reviews you're looking at 8s and up, so very good. And this is definitely going to be one of the PlayStation 5 launch titles that everybody is picking up, and if you're on a PlayStation 4 you can play it as well. PlayStation 5 version is definitely going to have some improvements, and it's going to be the optimal way to play the game, but if you're still on a PlayStation 4, play it on the PlayStation 4, and then when you get a PlayStation 5 sometime down the line, you will be getting a free upgrade for the game, so that'll be quite good. Also being posted is a bunch of hardware reviews for the PlayStation 5 console. Not much to go into there. You can check out the various hardware reviews as they're being uploaded. IGN's got one, and they're all relatively positive about the console. Maybe you might be of the mindset that the console hardware-wise and design-wise isn't the most, appealing thing in the world, but I think the console itself, in terms of offering a quality gaming experience, it's going to be something that hopefully all of us really enjoy. Now, one negative note, PlayStation 5 games can only be stored on the system's SSD and can't be transferred to a standard HDD. Now, you guys might be wondering, obviously, no way were you able to play PlayStation 5 games on a standard hard drive. That just wouldn't make any sense. How would a game like Ratchet & Clank or Rift Apart work? Well, what I offered to you guys is the fact that I was hoping with a standard hard drive, we could at least store the PlayStation 5 games on there that we get, and it would offer easy transferability between the PlayStation 5 and the external drive. So the game would have to be on the SSD for you to play it, but you could at least store it on the hard drive, so when you're ready to go back to a game, easy transfer back to your PlayStation 5 SSD, because guys, you're gonna have a little over 600 gigabytes, around 670 gigabytes to be fair, which is significant. But if you're buying a bunch of games at launch, I think if you buy Spider-Man Miles Morales Ultimate Edition, that's the Spider-Man Remaster, as well as Miles Morales, think about all the storage space that's going to take up. I think it's north of 100 gigabytes, so right away, you're using a significant amount of storage, and then you're talking about all the other games you might be picking up at launch, and games are just going to continue to come out. If you're picking up a Cyberpunk, if you're picking up some of these other games that are coming out, Call of Duty, the games coming early next year, Ratchet & Clank, that hard drive is going to, or I should say SSD, going to have to get a little bit situated, saying that SSD is going to get filled up very, very quickly, and that is one of the bummers about the PlayStation 5. Hopefully down the line we do get the addition of a 2TB SSD, but that's probably not going to be for quite a while. But we are going to have to be a little bit more selective initially as far as what games we're going to keep installed, because a lot of you guys probably have a back catalog of PlayStation 4 games you want to play as well. You might want to install Ghost of Tsushima, because that game is going to be improved dramatically on the PS5. but you are going to have to be careful as far as how many games you're going to keep installed at a time, so it is going to be a little bit of a balancing act there, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but nevertheless, I think we can make do at least initially with 670 gigabytes. What I worry about is year 2, year 3, year 4, when that PlayStation 5 library really starts to develop and we get a bunch of games. We want to keep these games installed, and what I've noticed is 1 terabyte has not been enough. Either we're gonna have to upgrade the SSD itself, or you're gonna have to offer us some sort of external that does actually operate pretty well with the PlayStation 5, so we'll see how that shakes out. Lastly, here's rounding it out on a positive note. PlayStation 5 displays your playtime in next-gen and PS4 games, so it looks like this is going to be effective retroactively. I don't know how they're going to manage to do that, but there's an image that showcases God of War, 38 hours played, Mortal Kombat 11, 12 hours played, Last of Us Part 2, 80 hours played, Grand Theft Auto 5, 50 hours played, so yeah, I'm excited for this. I love this on Steam. I love to go ahead and look how much time I've put into a game to really understand how many hours of a game I've played. Now, I'm sure I'm not alone in this. There's times where we just walk away from the console, we leave a game on a menu screen, and it's just, you know, grinding up hours that way. So it might be a little bit misleading from that context, but still, to have some sort of gauge of how many hours we put into a game, and I know some games, especially like JRPGs and RPGs, where you can save the game and it tells you your playtime, yes, but that is not applicable to all games. The majority of games, I would say, do not have a counter like that, and what if it's an instance of you doing multiple playthroughs and things of that nature? That usually all isn't getting added together. So the idea of having this concise, right to the point, this is how many hours you played of XYZ game, I think is going to be great, but it also gives me an indication of how much of a no-life I am, because if you go through my Steam library, oh my god, is it a little bit depressing how many hundreds of hours I've put into certain games. I mean, you know, when you're talking about games like Skyrim, I'm literally looking through my Steam library right now. Skyrim, Metal Gear Solid 5, Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, I've invested so many hours into those games. Final Fantasy 7 OG, I'll tell you guys this right now. Final Fantasy 7 OG on Steam, 118 hours on Final Fantasy 7 OG. So, yeah, make that of it what you will. And actually, I probably have more hours on FF7 on PC because I also have the non-Steam version that released all that time ago. So yeah, it's gonna be fun to keep track of that, but nevertheless, might be an eye-opening tale for how many hours you are investing into video games. We're all fans of video games. We play a lot of them, so I don't think it's gonna be, like, I'm just in jest. It's not the biggest deal in the world. Everybody needs something to do recreationally, especially in these crazy times. But that's going to conclude this video. Definitely let me know what you guys think. Miles Morales getting really good reviews. Excited about that. PS5 games only being able to be stored in the SSD, a little bit of a bummer, but hey, playtimes being, you know, available to everyone, I think that's very exciting. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.